Hello everyone and good evening po sa ating lahat. Today is Monday, so September 20, 2021. So hello sa inyong lahat and magandang gabi ulit sa lahat. Ayan. So StockWentuhan ulit tayo. Marami tayong pag-uusapan ngayon. Pero syempre as usual, let's just wait for the rest para naman medyo sabay, kumbaga mas marami tayo na sabay-sabay makakapag StockWentuhan, much better, ika nga, di ba? Yan. Sige. So let's wait na for a few more seconds or maybe a minute or more or two more and then magsisimula tayo. Okay. Let me try to check here. So batiin ko lang muna yung ating mga kasama na as early as 7:45 nasa stream na natin or at least waiting, no? Hello Ben, good evening sa'yo. Cesar, magandang gabi. Mapupula yung mga port. Oo nga. Ayan. Sige. Alfred, hello din. Good evening. Happy Bloody Red Monday. PSEi and crypto. Oo nga, drop din, no? Yung crypto ngayon. Especially si Bitcoin tsaka at least si Bitcoin and Ethereum. Napansin ko kanina, nag-drop nga talaga sila. Hello Apple, good evening. Ayan. Lenore, good evening. Nagtipid na sa lahat ng stocks na nag 52-week high and all-time high. Nice, congrats, no? So, edi Lenore, all cash ka today. Or nakapasok din agad sa next. Yan. Hello Cesar, good evening. Joey, Roy, Gina. Sino pa? Si Benj. Hello sa'yo, Benj. Good evening. BJ, Josh, Tess. Hello, Karen. Sino ba? Mark. Hello sa'yo. Ben, hello and good evening. I thought nasa YouTube ka kanina. Or dalawa, no? Anyways, okay lang yan. Hello, Donald Shell. Good evening. Ayan. Sige. 8:04. So, siguro mga one more minute na lang tapos magsisimula na tayo, no? Para, kumbaga, mas makarami. Diba? And we'll just keep susubukan natin na mapaikli lang itong session natin ngayon para naman makapagpahinga tayo na mas maaga. Okay? But hopefully, no, I'd like to see more, kumbaga, more kakwentuhan or more discussions with everyone. So, susubukan natin na ma-pick up, no, lahat ng mga tanong or yung mga stock requests. Okay? Sige. Yan. Okay, it's already 8:05. So, sige, let's go ahead na, no? Para mas makarami tayo. Pero syempre, for the meantime, let's technical check. I just want to make sure that everything is going smoothly, okay, and malinaw. Okay? If so, pa-press naman ako guys, number 5, or pa-comment ako, number 5, kung malinaw at maayos ang lahat. Okay? Para makapagsimula tayo. Kasi naalala ko dati, halos 20 minutes ako nagsasalita, yung pala hindi nyo naririnig dahil masyadong or nakamute pala ako, no? Pero yun, maraming salamat sa mga nag-number 5. Ayan. Nice. Salamat ng marami. Okay, sige. With that, let me try to start off our session for today. Ayan. Nice. Okay. So again, no, hello sa inyong lahat and good evening. Doon sa mga bago pa lang dito sa StockWentuhan, it is a regular show here at StockSilog kung saan pinag-uusapan natin yung mga special topics, Q&A, and stock reviews. So we do live stream both sa Facebook and sa YouTube every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. No? So kung baguhan ka man or experienced na trader, you'll definitely learn something from our session. Remember, everything we talk about here are not recommendations. Okay, hindi ito recommendation ha. But instead, take this as a research, no? Kumaga pangdagdag lang ng research ninyo para mas makapag-come up kayo ng sarili ninyong decision on whether you buy, sell, or hold. Okay, kasi remember, ikaw yung pumipindot ng buy or sell button, ng buy or ng sell button. Okay, so please make sure to think before you click. Ayan. And of course, if you find this session helpful, please follow our social media accounts, especially sa YouTube, no, where we are, I think, nasa 4,800 plus na. So, gearing towards 5,000 subscribers. So, I hope you could help me out. Maraming salamat in advance. Ayan. Please do share the stream. Baka mas marami tayong maengganyo na yung mga still on the fence kung mag-invest ba sila sa stock market or not. No? Mas maganda kung halimbawa makakapagtanong sila sa atin dito so that we can answer them. No? Kesa naman sa social media, sa ibang mga groups na hindi mo naman masyadong kilala kung sino-sino yung mga sumasagot and baka may mga hidden agendas pa. Ayan. Okay? Now, to begin with, eto. So, dun sa mga bago pa lang, no, and sa mga usuals natin, eto. So, we are using Slido para sa ating forms here, no? Whenever you are asking questions or going into requesting for your favorite stock for my thoughts. Okay? So, just go to www.sli.do. Tapos, participant code is StockSilog. Okay? And then, once na makapasok kayo dito, then you will be presented by this too. Sa Q&A, dito tayo kumukuha ng mga questions. Okay? Para malinaw sa Q&A. While sa polls naman, dito tayo kumukuha ng mga stock request. Okay? Pero kung gusto nyo mas madali rin naman talaga akong kausap, I can give you, let me try and copy-paste this one. And then, I'll send them over sa ating chat box or comment box. Yan. Okay, so again, if you have those questions, just go here and post your questions dun sa Q&A o kaya naman, kung interesado kayong malaman yung mga questions doon sa nakapost na, you can also upvote them. Ayan. Okay, so with that, let's proceed, no? Kasi ako, gusto kong makarami agad tayo di ba? Ito. And ayan, so wow. We have around 15 questions so far. 15 questions. Tingnan natin, no? Kung sisilip natin sila isa-isa. Okay, so again, just join us on Slido para ma-capture natin yung mga questions ninyo. Okay? So first up, no, sabi ni Anonymous. So Mike, good evening. What are your thoughts on Evergrande China? Okay. So doon sa mga hindi pa nakaka-encounter nito, no. So Evergrande is a company sa Hong Kong which is a property under the property group. Okay? And unfortunately, malaki yung utang nila, almost 200 or 300 billion dollars yata. No, and they are on the brink of having a financial turmoil, ika nga, no? It may go to as hard as bankruptcy. So wag naman sana, kasi Evergrande is one of the biggest sa Hong Kong. Teka, makakakuha ba tayo ng I'm trying to Evergrande. No, parang Evergrande ba yun? Basta ayun, so Evergrande pala siya. Yan, so my thoughts here, two things, okay. It is something big, no, in terms of sa buong property sector. Okay, since this is one of the biggest, then it will definitely affect yung mga nearby markets natin, no? Especially those who have yung mga part din ng property. Dahil syempre sentiment, no? mostly sentiment based tayo, then whatever we hear outside will also affect yung performance ng market natin, especially if the foreign are involved, diba? Okay. Now, pag ganito yung nangyayari, ang unang-una kong tinitingnan talaga is the financial sector. I know it's on the property sector, no? Itong si Evergrande. However, karamihan kasi doon din pumupunta, no, on the financial sector, especially if you're talking about global economy. Kumbaga macro na ito pinag-uusapan natin. And so far, nung pumutok yung issue na to, our financial sector are quite stable naman, no? Hindi ko siya nakita na nag-dip bigla or something. Hindi naman, which tells me that it seems that this type of issue does not affect too much, no, yung economy natin. So far, kasi the Evergrande issue is still ongoing. So we will still hear from them what will happen next. Okay? So ayan, again, kung maghahanap kayo ng mga potential movement dito, then look at the property and of course the financial sector. Next, what is your thought in our index in the short term? Is it bearish or still bullish? Considering the closing price is at 6,857. Okay, let's try to find out, no? Saan ba yan? Ayan. So, our PSEi. For me kasi, no, our index is on a longer term, it is still on a sideways move. Eto, kung mapapansin ninyo, no? It's still on a sideways move. Okay? However, recently, we are seeing a short-term uptrend kay PSEi. Okay? Asan yung short-term uptrend? This one. Okay? Again, this is my long-term. Sideways move yan. Pero on the inside, merong short-term, maliit nga lang siya. No? Now, I understand yung concern over here, no? Kasi right now, we are down from almost, hindi man almost, but we have already hit the 7,000 mark nung last week, di ba? Na umabot dito, no? Umabot tayo ng 7,033. Yun nga lang, after that 7,033, nag-weekend na yung market natin. Ibig sabihin ng nag-weekend, humina na siya. Okay? Now, what will happen next? Again, hindi ko alam. Okay? But some price point that I am very careful, no, na or very cautious and I am hoping na hindi niya ma-break is etong 6,800. Hindi ko lang ba't nandyan yan. Yan. The 6,800 kasi, again, since I am looking at the short term on this part here, then that tells me that 6,800 should be the nearest support for PSEi at the moment. Kapag siya nabasag, then we might be looking at PSEi to continue going down na pwedeng umabot siya ng around 6.4 hanggang 6.3, no? Just based on the support here. Okay? So sana hindi. Okay? Sana hindi. Especially this one. Kung mapapansin natin, even if mabasag yung 6.8, which I think is still a major issue, meron pa rin namang MA200 dito. Yun nga lang, nasa 6,700 level na lang siya. Okay? And pwede siyang sumalo. Pero again, pag nabasag pa yan, then mas delix. Okay? Now, my hope for PSEi is this. Again, hope ko lang to Since nakakita na tayo ng long week kanina, then I am hoping that this could bounce PSEi further, no? This is again my hope. Okay? If it bounces, then 7,070 or 7,068 will be the next major resistance. Okay? So, ayan, that's my my take on PSEi, no? Si GMA at dito po ba ay bearish engulfing and si Monde ay evening star? Let's try to find out, no? Bearish engulfing. Madalas natin ito napapanood or napapag-usapan, no, yung mga bearish engulfing. So, GMA 7, narito lang. Ayan. GMA 7 is, yes, it is a bearish engulfing pattern. Ayan. So, this one, no? Ito yan. This is a bearish engulfing candle or pattern. Tapos, dito naman is, it is, no? It is a bearish engulfing din. Pero, parang, medyo mabigat kasi itong kay, kay dito na nangyari kanina. Umabot mo siya ng 750, no? Pero nag-bounce, which is good, no? Kasi tingin ko, yung 750, may hugot din dito. May hugot itong itong dito sa 750 no, which serves as a mini support ika nga, ano. Now, yung gantong klase kasi, yes, technically, no, in terms of the pattern, kasi sa engulfing, it engulfs or nilalamon niya yung previous green candle. Okay? So that's why we call it bearish engulfing. Yun nga kasi masyado lang talagang malaki itong red candle kanina. Wow, down ng 4%. Ayan. Tapos si Monde raw ay isang evening star. Evening tuloy. Ba't ganun? Monde. It's not a... No, it's not. Hindi siya evening star, no? The evening star should have happened around here. So, yun. Hindi. Maglagay tayo ng... Dapat ganito siya. No? So, 1, 2, 3. Dapat ganun yung nangyari. Kaso hindi eh. Instead, umangat pa to. Tapos ngayon, nagbigay ng ganito. Again, ganito ang evening star, ha? Ayan. Ayan. Ganyan. So, long green candle followed by a very tight candle sa taas. Merong gap dapat itong green candle dun sa body nung middle candle. And then, followed by a red candle naman kasunod. Okay? So, that is what we call an evening star. Ito. Yan. Kabaligtaran niya is, of course, kabaligtaran ng evening, morning. No? Ayan, ganyan. So, merong gap. No? Tapos, followed by a tighter candle, no? Compared to the two. So, for Monday, hindi. This is not an evening star. Okay, next. Kung meron kang bibiling stock on the IPO and you're planning this for long term, but the price continually goes down, say, bumaba na siya, no, at 25% loss, what are you going to do? Hold or sell? Okay. First of all, before I enter any stock, especially or even if it is an IPO, I always have a plan agad. No? Hindi, this is my general concept, no? Whenever I enter a particular position, kailangan meron. Regardless, mapa-IPO man yan, FOO man yan, regular stock, or kung ano pa, no? I always have a plan. Okay? Now, yung sinabi mo rito is IPO for long term. Okay? Now, when we say kasi IPO for long term, then that tells me a long-term approach. Okay? Ibig ko sabihin by long-term approach is that you are more of accumulation instead of price action. Okay? Now, if you are going on a accumulation side, again, baka dun, I'm just throwing in yung mga terminologies. Let me know on the comment section if naiintindihan niyo kung ano ibig kong sabihin. Kung hindi, feel free to comment below or comment nyo lang kung hindi nyo naintindihan yung mga sinasabi ko or kung hindi nyo nagigets yung mga terminologies na sinasabi ko ha, so I can explain it further. Okay, now going back here on IPOs, usually I decide first kung ano yung play ko dito, no? If I'm going for a short term or a long term. If long term, then accumulation, matik ako doon. I just accumulate. Okay? Now, let's say for example, nag-accumulate ako and then the price drops 25%. Anong gagawin ko? Okay. On a long-term stock, no? I always think about the valuation and the fundamentals. What I usually do there is if I see na okay pa naman, the operation of the company is still sound. Ibig sabihin, maayos pa naman yung operations nila, wala namang mga issues, walang mga kaso, or even the industry is still stable, no? Then I hold. In fact, if that's the case, I would buy more. Kasi nga accumulation ako doon on the long term. Okay? Now, it's another case kung halimbawa naman I am on a short term. Okay? So short term, syempre, price action na dyan. Okay? Price appreciation or price action. If that's 25%, matik na sa akin yan, I cut. Actually, hindi na ako magpapaabot ng 25%. No? Hanggang, kung IPO ito, no? 10 to 15%, top out na ako. Okay? So, ganon. Maraming elements or maraming factors akong kino-consider, no? Long term or short term. If long term, how is the company's health? Okay pa ba siya? May earnings pa or continue pa rin ba yung earnings niya? If okay pa naman, tapos talagang wala, price action lang yung nagpapababa sa kanya, then I'm totally okay with that. Okay? While on the other hand naman, kung halimbawa short term, then etong mga percentages na to, this now will matter doon or this now will be a factor doon sa aking decision whether to cut it or not. Okay? So, ayan. I hope na sagot ko naman siya. Next. If given a chance to make a mistake on your first year of trading, what would it be? If given a chance to a mistake. Wait lang, naguluhan ako dun sa tanong. Kung bibigyan ako ng chance na magkamali on my first year, what would it be? Interesting. Anong mistake yung gusto kong mangyari on my first year of trading? Siguro at the top of my head is yung ma-hype ako sa isang stock, nag-all in ako, and then magkaroon ng loss. Yun yung siguro magiging mistake na gusto kong mangyari, no? So that I will learn from it, which means kung na-hype lang ako, then that means I try to avoid hype. Nag-all in ako, then that means I have to make some sound portfolio sizing muna, and syempre risk management, no? So that would be the mistake na gusto kong mangyari on my first year. I'm not sure kung tama yung kung tama yung yung pagkakaintindi ko. Okay. Sige. So next, kung mag-IPO or magpa-backlist, okay, ang isang company, kailangan nila yon dapat i-disclose sa public. Yes, dapat nila i-disclose yon, like GCash and GCP for example. Kung mag-IPO or magpa-backlist, hindi, I'm not sure what do you mean by backlist, no? Kailangan ba nila i-disclose sa public yon? Well, the quick answer to that is yes. Okay? Kasi kasama ito doon sa, kumbaga, compliance, no? Compliance ng isang company para magstay sila as a listed company sa PSE. Okay? Kasi ang nangyayari dyan is, from being a private company, when they apply for IPO, then that means they are applying na maging public company, publicly listed company. Okay? So, ganun yung ano nun. Ganun yung gusto nilang mangyari. Now, if that would happen, syempre, they have to disclose it. No? Well, not really disclose pa, no? But more on inform and announce na, hey, mag-IPO ako. Kasi kung hindi, then syempre, walang bibili. So, since hindi nila alam na nag-IPO ka pala. Diba? So, that's why it's important na ina-announce nila yon. And so-called, tawag ito, din-disclose sa public, no? Okay. Or I think baka backdoor list. Bigla lang pumasok sa isip ko, no? Baka magpa-backdoor list. But regardless, no, even if that is the case, then still the answer is yes. Okay? Kailangan nila. Okay? Kailangan nila mag-announce, no? Pero ito lang, ingat lang kasi syempre they are not using the term na ginagamit nating mga retail traders. Okay? Hindi nila sasabihin na, magkakaroon kami ng backdoor listing. Okay? Hindi yon. Ang most likely na magiging mga terminology nila is company ABC is interested to acquire a majority stake at our company. Ganon yung mga terminologies na gagamitin nila. Not necessarily sasabihin nila na magpapa-backdoor list kami. Okay? So, you have to, you have to be creative in looking at kung ano yung ibig nilang sabihin doon sa mga mabubulaklak nilang mga announcement. Okay? So, ayan. And kailan nila yun dapat i-disclose? Syempre beforehand, no? Even before. Kasi itong mga items na to, like for example, IPO, maraming process yan. Yung backdoor list, beforehand din. No? Basta pagka tumitingin kayo ng disclosure, just look for someone is interested to buy a majority stake. Yun yung keyword doon. Majority stake at our company. Okay? Now, if the opposite naman, we are buying the majority stake of a subsidiary or of a company ABC, then that means kabaliktaran. It will be acquisition naman. They are planning to acquire the majority stake doon sa company. No? So, ayan. Next. Paano nyo po ginagawa yung trade plan? This is quite interesting. Sige, let's have a quick check, no? Saan ba tayo? Heads up, baka matagalan ako sa pag-discuss na itong part na to. Pero gusto ko lang i-share para at least papaikling ko lang as quickly as I can para mag-guess niyo, no? So, paano po ginagawa yung trade plan? Okay. Now, trade plan involves setting up your support and resistance, tapos identifying kung saan magiging entry, exit, and cut loss. Okay? So, yun yung mga involved na doon. Yun yung mga involved na steps. Okay? So, first, identifying the support and resistance. Let's paint. Okay. So, basic theory muna tayo, no? On support and resistance. Okay? Alam naman natin that support and resistance are, eto lang para mabilisan lang, no? So, this is your resistance while this is your support. Okay? Now, masasabi mo na support or resistance yung movement doon sa chart kung nakikita mo na marami ang nagkakaroon ng tinatawag nating role reversals or nagre-reverse. no? So for example, the stock is moving up, no? Tapos at this particular moment, napansin mo nauuntog na siya. So nagda-drop. Okay? Same thing sa baba. Galing dito, nagba-bounce naman siya paakyat. Same thing. Yan. Kaya makapapansin ninyo dun sa mga illustrations on any form of media, maybe it's a book or sa chart or sa mga courses, ganito yung makikita nyong itsura ng support and resistance. Okay? Kasi this can be on a horizontal. Pwede rin naman kasi siya maging parang channel, no? Tinatawag. Parang ito, this is what we call an uptrend channel. This is naman a downtrend channel. Okay? Pero kung titingnan mo siya, if you try to rotate this one, it's basically the same. Okay? So that is for the support and resistance. Now, it is said that on the resistance, etong part na to, nabibigatan na yung stock. And dito na nagkakaroon ng take profit na nangyayari. Doon sa mga nakabili dito sa support. Okay? So that's why, kapag nagkakaroon ng take profit, bumababa yung presyo ng stock, and then if the stock has weakened out, dire-diretso yun pababa. Okay? And then on the support naman, this is where the traders are looking at, okay, mukhang mura na ulit yung price nung stock. So ang magiging tendency is that those traders will be buying up the stock naman, and that will bring the price of the stock to go up. Tapos dito, same thing din yung mangyayari, no? Yung mga nakabili na, they will feel na, ay, teka, masyado lang mabigat yung stock na to. So, I'll sell. And then this is now your basic price action. Okay. Now, how do you plot your support and resistance? I would say there would be technically 2 steps lang naman, no? And the important concept on the support and resistance, it has to be, may spelling ko. It has to be obvious. This is the important thing. No, when plotting your support and resistance, why it needs to be obvious? It's because ang kailangan mo dito is meron kang kasabay. Mas obvious yung support and resistance, much better yung odds na magiging successful yung support and resistance mo. Okay? Baliktad pa. So, mali ang aking spelling. Ay, nako. Ayan. So, ito pala ang tamang spelling. Ayan. So, mali yan ha. Ayan. This is, tama ba? Yung spelling ko. Basta, ayan. Alam nyo na yun. Okay? Now, let's have a quick check, no? Paano natin siya gagawin? Ano ba yung mga very simple na mga stocks? Hindi ko pwedeng gamitin tong si MONDE kasi medyo mahirap siya, may mga additional steps dito dahil this is all-time high. Let's look at CLI. Let me try and clear up natin yung buong screen. Ni-refresh ko na lang siya just to be sure. Yan. So CLI. Yan. Okay. Teka ha. Inano ko lang. Nilalapat lang natin para mas madali natin siyang ma-check, no? Ayan. Okay. So, first of all, on how I plot my support and resistance is quite basic. You can use this, etong SNR dito sa taas, no? Kung trip niyo, that's the easiest way. Pero for me kasi, I prefer to create my own. Okay? So, how do I create it? I start at the extreme highs and extreme low. So, pinaka-outer muna. Okay? Now, this is how I do it, no? Sabi ko kanina, when looking for support and resistance, dapat naghahanap ka ng mga role reversals. Ibig sabihin nun, kung saan nagkakaroon ng untog or ng bounce. Okay? So, at the top, I can use this at around 410. Ayan. So this is my top, no? This is now my my kumbaga resistance. Okay? And then on my support naman is this. So I will go to the extreme sa baba. And then I can draw it there. Okay? Now that I have my yung sa taas again is the resistance and then the support, no? This will give me a potential upside on that particular range ng almost 66% or 65%. Ika nga. Okay? Now, once I have that, sometimes kung ganun kalaki, around 60%, then I look for another way on how I can divide the chart, no? Para lang meron akong leeway at the middle. So, with that, I look for mga mini support or mini resistance. Okay? So, saan yon? Most likely, this one. At around 325. Tama ba? Hindi. I need to capture pala to, no? Nakalimutan ko i-mention, ha? Ako kasi I create my support and resistance using body to body. Okay? When I say body to body, yung mga thick na mga bodies ng mga each candle, yun yung kine-consider ko. Hindi ko ginagamit masyado itong mga wicks, itong mga long wicks na to. No? Very rare. Okay? I just use body to body. Wala namang ano dyan, no? If you want to use wick to wick, okay lang. Pero ako, I just prefer body to body. Okay? Kasi I still follow kasi yung end of day na trading. Okay? So, ayan. Now, once I have this, then this is now my main resistance, my main support, tapos yung gitna nito is depende kung nasaan na yung chart, no? So, basically, this one is my resistance dahil currently the price is nasa 2.92 na. Okay? So, ayan. Now that I have my support and resistance, what's next? My entry, exit, and cut loss, which are basically the actual trade plan. Okay? So, my entry, using the support that I have here, doon ako mag-aabang, no? So, I always buy at the bounce galing sa support. Okay? Now, I can use this one, itong 245, pero I think I will also consider this one. No? Itong 2.75. Why? Kasi ito rin yung, dito rin siya nanggaling before siya nag-bounce, no? So 275. That means my entry here will be, I'll be waiting kay CLI at 275. Kapag nag-bounce, then doon ako bibili. Okay? What's next? My TP or target price for my sell, no? That will be my immediate resistance, which is 335 or 330, no? Sa part na to. Okay? Now, how about my cut loss? So, my cut loss will be kung nasaan mismo yung support, which is 275. Okay? Now, creating that, let's see here. So, wag yan. Alam ko na. This one. Okay? Yan. I would allow myself to, siguro nga around, yeah. Yan. Okay? So, what does this mean? Ulitin ko, yung kanina, trade plan. I'll buy kapag pag yung stock nag-drop here, tapos nag-bounce. If nag-bounce, no? If nag-bounce, then I'll buy, no? Doon sa, ano to? Around 280, 2.8. So, yun yung magiging entry price ko. Target ko is around 330. That will give me a potential upside of about 18%. Okay? While my cut loss will be just around doon sa part lang na yun. Ginamit ko lang siya at around 270. That will be my cut loss. Okay? So, yan. That's how I usually create my trade plan. And yun din yung when we are reviewing those requests, yung mga stock request, ganun din yung mga madalas mong maririnig sa akin. I buy when it bounces, tapos I have my cut loss, I have my target price, I have my entry. So laging tatlo, no, yung elements or yung factors na kino-consider ko whenever I am entering a position. Okay? So I hope malinaw to, yung part na to, no? Para pwede siyang magamit, no? Again, as part of your research lang. Yan. Okay, so having said that, I think na sagot ko naman siya, no? Magbibigay pa sana ako ng another example, pero sabi ko wag na lang kasi sayang sa oras. You can always check naman itong video na to, no? Go back, review kung paano ko siya ulit ginawa. Okay, so you can follow along and see, no, how you can check it. Okay, next. So ito yun, di ba? Sabi ni Unknown Mouse. Good news po ba yung disclosure ni Converge na may include sila sa US stocks? Salamat po. Okay, clarification. Hindi sila may include sa US stocks. Okay, let's look at the disclosure. Maraming nagbunyi kanina dahil, uy, wow, magiging US stock na si Converge. Nope. It doesn't work that way. Okay. Explain ko siya para mas maintindihan natin, no? Yan. So, ang sabi dito, Converge stock is to be traded over the counter in the US financial market via unsupported ADR or American Depository Receipt. Okay? ADRs are not common stocks. Okay? Ulitin ko, ADRs are not common stocks. They are just depository receipts. Okay? And at the same time, kung titingnan natin dito, it is unsponsored ADR. Okay? Ibig sabihin ng, ito, parang makita nyo rin siya, no? Unsponsored ADR. Hanap tayo ng dito. Eto, sabi ni Investopedia, an unsponsored ADR is an American depository receipt issued by the depository bank without the involvement, participation, and consent of the foreign company. Sino si foreign company? This is Converge. Okay? And etong mga securities na to are traded over the counter. Hindi sila sa exchange. Okay? And unfortunately for yung mga ADRs kasi, they have the same voting rights, no? Just like what we have on the common shares. Pero sa unsponsored, there's none. Okay? Ang nag-i-issue lang nito is yung market na magbibigay ng over-the-counter. Okay? Sino sa inyo nakapanood ng ng Wolf of Wall Street? Tama, Wolf of Wall Street. And you recall Investor Center. So, this particular scene, no? Yung sa the Investor Center. Okay. So parang ganun to, no? The Investor Center is the one na magiging market, no, ng Converge. Okay? And again, unsponsored siya, which means wala silang voting rights. And in fact, being an ADR, it also follows na hindi sila technically bibili ng stock ni Converge. Hindi sila bibili nun. Ang bibilin lang nila is yung receipt, no, nung tagahawak. So for example, si Investor Center, siya yung merong representative sa Philippines na bumibili. Since may hawak siya nun, then ang mangyayari is that si Investor Center, sasabihin niya, oh, meron kaming hawak dito na stock ni Converge. Would you be interested to buy it? Okay? Ganon. Okay? Hindi siya sa exchange katulad ng ginagawa natin. Okay? Over the counter siya. Okay? Now, how about ano ang impact nito sa Converge? Very minimal, to be honest, no? Kasi nga hindi naman again hindi Converge stock ang binibili nila, ang bibilhin sa US. Okay? Just the ADRs. Yun lang. And walang effect yon sa presyo sa Converge locally. Okay? Now, is this a good news? Technically, yeah. It is a good news kasi that will give the impression na it is a US traded na stock, which unfortunately hindi naman talaga in reality, no? Immediate impact on the short term, there will be excitement, of course, pero that news goes down quickly. Okay? So, ayan. I hope malinaw siya, ha? You can always check naman, no? Just look for unsponsored ADRs. Yun yung hanapin ninyo. And that will tell you more why or kung ano ba talaga siya. Next. Current price dito, good to buy na ba? Hindi ko alam. No? Since I don't really follow dito, siguro my suggestion is plot your support and resistance. And then, on that support and resistance, then you can judge, no, kung saan yung inyong magiging entry price. Okay? Again, that is for the technicals. Okay? If you ask me about the fundamentals, we will have a lot different story here. Okay? Kasi I have always been transparent naman, di ba? With you guys. Fundamentals, I really don't like dito. Dahil I understand the prospect and yung great plans nila, no, in the next several years. But at its current, I think that dito is severely overvalued. Okay? Now, on the technical side naman, there are opportunities. I do like yung technicals na binibigay ni dito. It's just a matter of entering a position. Okay? So, ayan. Next. For fundamental analysis, how do you set your entry-exit points based on PE, PB, and ROE? Okay. When we talk about fundamental analysis, no, what it tells you is if the price is overvalued or undervalued. Yun lang. Okay? Unlike sa technical analysis where it can give you a specific entry or exit points, sa fundamentals kasi wala, no? Well, sort of walang specific, no? Although the good thing about it is that in terms of stronger basis, mas malakas ng dihamak ang fundamentals comparing it to technicals. Okay? Now, to answer this question, how do you set up your entry or exit points based on PE, PB, and ROE? I would just base it, kasi again, etong tatlong to, ha, these are what we call comparable fundamental ratio. These are fundamental ratio na focusing on comparables. They are being compared. Okay? Ano ibig sabihin nun? So, kunwari PE ratio of dito versus PE ratio of call, of TEL or of Globe. Kino-compare lang siya. Okay? And from here, you will see kung how is the PE ratio of dito compared to the PE ratio of Globe. Okay? If the answer is, kunwari dito is undervalued compared to Globe, then that will give you an idea, no, to buy it. Kasi mas undervalued siya compared to the other. Siguro ang mas clear dito sa part na to is the exit. Kasi sa exit, doon mo lang makikita yung pagka nag-match na doon sa kanyang tinatawag na overall valuation. Okay? Gusto ko maipakita siya sa inyo pero teka lang. I'll try to log in sa sa call, and then let's pick up one daily notes ba? May makukuha ba tayo dito? Yun lang, wala yata. Teka ha, naghahanap kasi ako ng para lang yung merong listing sa baba. Daily notes. By the way, nasa kabilang screen kasi ako. Doon ako naghahanap. Let's take globe. Okay, ano yan? Usually sa baba. Wala. Okay. WLCON. Yun kung they are following WLCON, no? Which I think they are naman. Wala akong mahanap na at the moment, no? Sayang. Hindi, kasi ayoko lang mapatagal yung oras natin kasi magtatagal tayo dito kapag naghanap pa ako. Pero basically, on the PE/PB ROE, kapag nag-equalize na yung PE ratio nila, then that will be the exit. The entry is anything below that. Okay? So, ganun lang siya. Gaano po kaya magiging impact sa PSEi ng Fed tapering, and can you share more info about QE and tapering, no? So QE this is the quantitative anong tawag doon, quantitative easing, no? Yun yung ginagawa ng Fed ngayon. Okay, sorry hindi ko na maibibigay sa iyo yung exact details how this actually works. Okay, this part here, yung Fed tapering, yung QE and yung QE and tapering, no? Hindi ko naman di-discuss. Pero instead, I'll just give you the gist kung ano yung potential impact. Okay? Now, on the Fed tapering, that means Fed might be looking at buying out bonds sa US. Okay? And this will eventually cause them to lower the interest rate sa US. Okay? Now, how does that affect the companies? Syempre, mas mababa yung interest rate mo, and if the company is looking at investing or borrowing pala, then they will be more than motivated to take that up kasi mababa yung interest rate. Okay? Now, kung manghihiram itong company na to, then that means they now have a better cash position para mag-invest, mag-acquire, or kung ano man yung gusto nilang gawin for their development. Okay? So that means looking good na for kumbaga, it's more of an investment going into their future growth. Okay? Now, having said that, syempre, most of the investors that are already on the emerging markets might try to think, okay, so those companies in the US are now gearing up for growth and recovery. Then that will be more attractive to me as a foreign investor. Okay? So ang mangyayari sa akin is, instead of buying more on the emerging markets, like for example the Philippines, I would rather go back na lang sa US market where there would be a better price appreciation, no? And then of course, if that would happen, then that means yung mga naipasok nilang pera sa Philippine market, for example, they will have to sell them para they have enough cash position to go back sa US and buy those stocks there. Okay? So that means in effect, negatively, our market will be negatively affected by that. Okay? So, ayun, that's how it will potentially affect our market if this one pushes through, which I think they are trying to push through. Ang magiging tanong lang is how aggressive they will want it to be. When I say they, si Fed. Okay? So, I think tomorrow and on Wednesday, matatapos yung kanilang meeting. So, it will be interesting to see kung ano magiging result nun. Okay? Nagre-reverse na ba si LTG? It is bouncing, but no, I don't think so. Do you do tranche buying and selling? Yes, I do that. Pa-share ng strategy, same thing. Sorry, hindi ko na ma-share exactly on how it is, pero ang ginagawa ko na lang is I'll just say it by just explaining, no, just to save time. Pasensya na, no. So I do tranche buying and selling, no. I do tranche buying kapag I am playing on an all-time high. Okay? When I am actually even pala selling, no. I do tranche buying and selling if I am playing all-time highs. Okay? And I think you already know how I buy and how I sell, diba? I buy kapag nag-bounce from the support, and I sell naman kapag nauuntog from the resistance. Okay? So, ayan. Nauntog na ba sina MONDE, Convergent, ACEN? Nope. I don't think so. Kasi when you say nauntog, that means you must have a valid resistance or a clear-cut resistance. But for those three, I don't think there is a valid resistance at the moment. Maybe it is more on taking profit. Yun lang, no? Pero taking profit does not automatically means na nauntog na yung stock. Okay? It's just, basically it is. Just taking profit dun sa mga nakabili sa baba. No? So we will see more of the candles, no, na ma-develop muna before we can actually say na okay, that's the resistance already. Ang dami pa. Sige, ganito na lang guys, na I'll take last two, tapos let's move on to stock requests. Okay? Sige. Last two questions na lang hanap ako dito. This one, nope, it doesn't mean that way. Hindi. Kasi still NGCP still has to apply for IPO. Okay? They still have to. Mandate yun ng government. Ito, natapos na natin to. Do you think downside of blah 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 blah? Nope, hindi. No. Hindi pa, at least kasi these are all again just more on the speculation on what will happen eventually, no. Pero again, sa mga big establishment or big companies like this, usually may bailout ang ginagawa ang mga ang government yan. Usually, not all the time. Wala akong masyadong ito. Trying to sell 25% of a stock. How do you sell? One time or on tranches? Depende kung saan ka nagsisell. If you are selling on strength, ibig sabihin, you are selling at a position where you are gain, kumbaga may kita ka na dun sa stock na yon, then sometimes I do tranches doon, no? Pero if you are selling because nagka-cut loss ka, then there is no such thing as cut loss on tranches. It's just basically cut everything. Okay? So, ayan. Wala na. Teka ha. And then, ito na lang siguro. Based on your long-term experience in trading, ano po ang insight mo sa isang stock na ang bid volume ha, is malaki, like 6 million. Ganun po. 6 million, oh, um, pagka kasi volume yung pinag-uusapan, eto initial impression ko is, unlike other newbies, is to either buy or sell agad. No, hindi yon. My initial impression kapag lumalaki yung volume is, teka, what's happening? Okay? Kasi big volume can be something like, malaking volume lang siya dahil merong cross trade or merong block sale. So that means, hindi valid yon. Okay? Big volume, one time lang ba siya or increasing over time? Diba? So that's another thing. Sa akin, ang pinakamalakas na indicator if the stock is already gaining momentum is kapag yung kanyang average volume is going up. Average. Not just one time, one day na big volume. Okay? Average. Yun talaga. No? And if that's the case, then sisilipin ko na yung stock and then I'll apply my trading setup, yung kanina. No? And I'll look for opportunity where I can buy it at a low risk sa akin. Okay? When I say low risk, dapat yun nga, nag-bounce na from the support or malapit na sa support. No? Then doon ako papasok. Or at least maiko-consider ko na siyang papasok. Okay? But just because big volume siya, it doesn't always automatically mean na bibiling ko na siya. No? So, ayan. Okay, so hanggang dito lang muna tayo pagdating sa sa Q&A. Pasensya na ha, since kulang yung oras natin. Let me try to check muna ha, comment section. Baka may mga tayo dito. David Evergrande. Ay, yung kanina yata ito pinag-uusapan natin about I think Evergreen yung nauna, no? Ayun, so Evergrande nga. Hello Camille, good evening. Lori, Angelo, hello. Backdoor, yun, backdoor listing. Ayun, yun yata yun. Yung backlisting yata. Okay, that's good. Good PM, KD, good afternoon. Lee, hello sa'yo. And Maris, ayan. So, hello sa inyo and good evening. Okay, sige. Now, let's move on to, saan ako? Ayan. Oh, wow, 53 na agad, no? So again guys, for our stock review na gagawin, just go to sli.do or slido.com and then join lang kayo using the participant code StockSilog. Alternatively, you can also do it here. So I'll be posting the link para makita nyo siya. Okay, asan na yung ano ko? Ayan. Okay, so I'm now posting it sa comment section. Ito. So if you wanted to participate, kung hindi pa kayo nakapag-key in ng inyong mga favorite stock, then go ahead and go there and post yung inyong stock. Okay? Nakikita ko rito like dollar converge. Guys, no need to place in the dollar ha, kasi ang mangyayari dyan baka dalawa yung lalabas, isang dollar converge ka, isang converge. Diba? Ayan, katulad yan. So you have dollar converge here, tapos may conversion dito. Diba? Let's go with na lang, stock code mismo, So, ayan, ATL, dito, GMA, ganun. No need to add or the full name kasi hindi sila ma-add up. Okay? Ayan. Sige, I'll give you maybe 5 more, maybe around 30 more seconds to key in yung inyong mga request. And then, I'll be back. Kuha lang ako ng water, ha? Saglit lang. Okay, so I am back. Uy, wow, 64 na tayo agad. Sige. So, with that, let me just go in and check this one further. Ayan. So, again, no, this is just a quick reminder, okay, that everything we talk about here are not recommendation. Okay? For research purposes lamang po tayo. Okay? And, ayun. So guys, if you think na etong mga gantong live session natin are helpful, please consider sharing, liking, and subscribing sa ating YouTube channel. Yan. And also please share the stream, baka mas marami tayong matulungan. Okay? And then ayan. So this is again yung ano ko kasi, yung profile ko, I am a swing trader, no? I'm a swing trader by choice dahil I have a full-time job. Okay, so kaya mapapansin niyo yung time frame ko is usually several days, few months, or sometimes meron mga ako umabot na minsan years na, no, or a year or two. Ika nga. No? So, yeah. Kung halimbawa you are a day trader, so with that, sorry, pero this is not for you, no, kasi magiging iba yung setup. Okay? And baka maguluhan ka lang. Unless of course you wanted to try venturing into swing trading, then yun, you can use this one also. Okay, so with that, let me disable our poll na sa ngayon so that hindi na magulo. Okay, I'll give you maybe 10 more seconds para dun sa mga magkikiin pa. 10 seconds lang, and then we will be, or I will be deactivating the poll, and then we will proceed. Okay. Oops. Ayan. So, ito yung poll natin, no? We have 68 na. Yun din yun, ha? Ay, nawala na. Pero yeah, yun din yun. And I'll be disabling or deactivating the poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so now the poll is officially closed. And viewing the result, ito na po yung final result natin. So, APL leading the pack. So, siya mauuna natin. Okay? So again, no, ang ginagawa nandito is we just try to look at kung alin yung mga pinakamaraming vote, tapos yun yung ipaprioritize. Okay. So with that, let me load the chart para makapagsimula na tayo. Ayan. So again, ito yung magiging magiging order, no? I hope matapos, pero tingnan natin. Okay, APL. So, APL, isa to sa actually titingnan ko last week, no? Kasi sabi ko, uy, wow, malapit na siya dun sa support. And I was waiting for this one to bounce. No? Nilagay ko siya sa watchlist ko just for the sake of potential bounce play. No? Pero, unfortunately, hindi siya nangyari. Instead, nag-drop pa siya even further. Okay? Now, kapag ganito, then matik na sa akin yun, I remove it from my watch list. Okay? Kasi wala na eh. Yung inaabang ako na bounce, it didn't happen. So, bye-bye na ako kay APL. Okay? Kung meron akong hawak na APL, kanina dapat nag-cut loss na ako. Okay? Now, kung halimbawa hindi pa nagka-cut loss, then wait up for the next candle tomorrow. If the stock is still below that 0.1, then I will consider selling. Okay? Now, kung halimbawa wala akong hawak na APL, then anong gagawin ko? Well, my initial impression here is look for other better stocks. No? Kasi at the moment, APL is on a downtrend. Okay? It is on a downtrend. No? And the next potential support is nakalagay dito nasa around 0.05, di ba? Pero technically 0.08. Why 0.08? If you recall, this is the FOO price, no, ni APL. So I am looking at 0.08 as the next logical support for the stock. And if it will happen na babalik siya ng 0.08, then that is not a good thing to see for APL. Okay? Baka mangyari dito, mag-alatek daw, mag-alatek. Okay? So, wag naman sana. My hope is that makabalik siya doon sa taas. Next, dito. Dito, ayan. Langanin din itong si dito na to. Okay? Range ko sa kanya is between 7 pesos hanggang 10 pesos. No? And kanina, grabe yung ano niya, no? After that 9 peso mark, so umangat siya, di ba? Pero after dito, ano, after ng 9 pesos, bumababa na siya, no? And potentially, if halimbawang yung track niya will continue, then we might see this one na baka umabot ng 7 pesos. Okay? So, kung meron akong hawak na dito, anong gagawin ko? I would partially sell, or no, actually I would sell. No? Kasi baka umabot siya ng 7 pesos. Okay? So, kung hindi pa ako nakapag-sell kanina, then I'll look at the next candle tomorrow. If the candle is, let's say, nasa around above 750, then okay pa yon. Pero if nag-die down na siya below 750, then most likely 7 pesos na yung kasunod niya. Okay? While kung wala naman akong hawak na dito, then ayun, same thing, no? Wait for that 7 pesos. Bounce from 7 pesos. Okay? Next. Green. Yan. Oh, okay. So, etong si green naman, yun lang. Wala pa din to eh. Kasi, okay, my range is between 225 hanggang 360. Okay? And at 256, it's not looking good, no? Kung halimbawa mayroon akong hawak na green. Okay? And I might even consider partially selling here, or at least selling, no? Kay green. Pero kung wala akong hawak, then I think I would wait, no? Hintayin ko na lang siya sa 225 pa rin. And then a bounce. Tapos target ko will be 340 hanggang 360. Itong area na to. Okay. Pero before that, I'll watch out also for the 3 pesos. Kasi I still see this as a mini resistance, no? Itong 3 pesos. Mini resistance sa akin yan. LTG. Okay. So, kay LTG naman, well, the stock is on a heavy downtrend. No? This is a heavy downtrend. If we try to look at it, diba? From the top here all the way down. So heavy downtrend talaga tong si LTG sa ngayon. Okay? Now, recently we are seeing this really good candle development, no? Na nagrarally siya. Okay? However, for me, I'm still not totally convinced by this one. What I'd like to see is for LTG to breach or to break 10 pesos. Okay? For LTG to break 10 pesos. Then if at 10 pesos, then I think doon na magsa-start yung a better momentum for LTG. Okay? So kung meron akong hawak na LTG, well, sa ngayon, no, then this is a good. Hold lang ako dyan. Pero kung wala naman ako hawak na LTG, I would be looking at other stocks, the better, or at the very least, monitor. No? I'll monitor kung anong gagawin ni LTG sa 10 pesos. Okay? Next, GMA7. Ayan. GMA7, this is another, ito yung pinag-usapan natin kanina, di ba? Bearish na engulfing candle. Okay? For bearish engulfing candle, then that will give us a negative, no? Or a bearish bias for GMA. Okay? Now, kung meron akong hawak na GMA7 at this time, I'd consider partial profit taking. Well, yung kanina dapat. Okay? Kung wala naman akong hawak na GMA7, then I'll wait. No? hintayin ko siya dito. Or dito. Okay? So, I'll wait for the bounce kapag bumababa siya from 1150 and then doon ako papasok. Or, I'll wait for this one to break out. And then on the breakout, I'll wait for the pullback. Yung pullback dapat hindi niya basagin yung resistance. No? Yan. Okay? So that's my take on GMA7. Next, SECB. Quite interesting. Very seldom ko to na-encounter si SECB, no? Na nire-request dito sa ano natin. Asan na? Ay. Naghahanap ako sa baba actually. Sabi ko, asan yung support ko? Wala na pala kasi nabasag na pala siya nung kita nyo, tagal na, di ba? Dito pala siya nabasag, oh. Yeah. And then now it's doing a resistance na dito sa stock. Okay. So if I will be placing a support, well, my initial will be actually dyan, no? 108. Ito plus ito. Yeah. 108. So basically, nasa support na. Itong si SECB. No? Nasa support na siya. Okay. With that, ayun. So just watch out for this one, no? Watch out na kung ano gagawin niya rito sa 108. If the price breaks down, then alam niyo na yun. Kung meron akong hawak na SECB, ito yung kailangan kong iwasan, no? Pag nag-breakdown to. Kasi pagka nag-breakdown yan, the next support will be all the way down kay 90. Sa 90 pa siya. Yun yung magiging next support ko sa kanya. Actually, pwede rin pala yung 100, no? Pero I think 90 pa rin yung mas malakas. No? Again, the ideal scenario here is for the stock to bounce, no? Bounce from the 108 price point. No? Yan. And then, I'll target 126. Okay? Now, kung wala akong hawak na SECB, same thing, no? Candidate for bounce play. Ika nga. Okay, next, FNI. Ayan. Nag-tap out na rin nung si FNI. Kasi ganito, no? For the nickel stocks, they are now just they are just basically driven by the, yung pricing sa global market nung nickel futures. Okay? So, if you have those nickel stocks, like for example, FNI, NIKL, or MARK, then watch out for the price movement sa nickel futures, no, sa global, dahil tingin ko yun yung magiging main driver ng mga stocks natin dito. Okay? So, for FNI, no, on the technical side, at 225, I'll hold kung meron akong hawak, no? And then I'll set my cut loss at around 215. Yeah. Nasa around 210 hanggang 215 na range, no? Doon ako maglalagay ng support ko. So a bounce from those price point would be a lot better. Okay? Now, kung wala naman akong hawak na FNI, then same thing, no? I think even at this moment, at 225, the stock is already attractive for me, no? Kasi ang target price ko naman sa kanya is on the immediate one, ito, 280. Tapos after 280, 320 na, no? With that, there's a potential upside kung halimbawa at 225 ko siya bibilhin. This is already 24%. If I skip this one on the take profit, then 320 na yung kasunod, which is about 40% upside, no? Yan. So again, this is, I think, no, almost heavily reliant right now on the nickel futures. Next, JFC. Interesting. Yan. So, for JFC naman, ang range ko sa kanya is between 189 or 190 approximately hanggang 216. Okay? 190 hanggang 216. Kaso parang ang liit lang nito. Wala pa nga 15%. Well, anyways, kung meron akong hawak na JFC, maliit na lang, konti na lang naman yung difference di ba? I'll hold na lang. I'll risk it na lang din. No? So, I'll wait, pero the moment na it breaches or mabasag yung 189, then I'll sell. Kung wala naman akong hawak na JFC, I would wait pa. Few more candles. Mas gusto ko talaga siya makita dito no? Umabot doon sa 189 price point tapos mag-bounce. That would be more attractive for me, no? Next, MWIDE. Etong kay MWIDE, nice. Okay. So for MWIDE, no, for the swing traders, this is actually an ideal scenario dahil kung mapapansin natin, buo, no? Buo yung range. Buo yung swing, ika nga. Okay? Going up, tapos resistance, down, bounce, tapos di ba? And ngayon, nandito na ulit siya. Okay? So, pag ganito yung situation, then again, I'll be waiting for the bounce, which is actually, I can consider this as bounce na, no? Yung kanina. Pero kung hindi pa nakabili, then I'll wait. I'll see kung anong mangyayari tomorrow. Okay? Tapos, again, in case na pumasok man ako dito kay MWIDE, then 6 pesos will be my cut loss point. Okay? While my target is at around 720. 728. Okay? So, kung halimbawa meron akong hawak na MWIDE, I'll hold. Cut loss, 6 pesos. Kung wala naman, then I can wait for the next candle tomorrow and see kung aangat siya, no? From this part here. Next, ALLHC. Yan. Okay. Sige. Now, itong kay ALLHC, no? Kasi usually, on an all-time high, di ba, yung stock price kasi ng isang all-time high is umaangat, di ba? Yun yung major characteristic niya. And sabi natin, kapag all-time high, there is no resistance until such time na mag-form na yung top niya. Okay? Now, how do I determine kung halimbawa nag-form na yung top niya? I wait for about 3 to 5 candles. And if the resistance holds after 5 candles, then I would consider yung top na yon as the new resistance. Okay? So, how do I put that into practice, or how do I apply that? So, ganito. At the moment, the highest point of the stock is this one. 5.38. Diba? And so, sabi ko nga, I'll wait for 3 to 5 candles. So, from this one, this is the initial, no? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? 5 candles. And now, ayun no, kung napansin nyo, on the 6th candle, nagbigay na siya ng kumbaga sell signal doon sa stock. Okay? Kasi, with this one, etong 538 is now the resistance, no, for the stock. And syempre, on the resistance, sabi naman natin, pag nauntog, tendency is magdidire-diretso pababa. Okay? So, kung meron akong hawak na ALLHC, anong gagawin ko? Well, yung kanina dapat, no? Much better sana yon, na makapag-take profit na. Kasi most likely, nakakuha kayo on the lower end side. So, take profit na yon. Kung wala naman akong hawak na ALLHC, then I'm on a better position. Kasi, I can now just wait for this one to happen. Or alternatively, ayan. So waiting for the pullback, waiting for the bounce to happen here at 460, tama ba? Or 455, or waiting for the pullback to happen or breakout tapos pullback yung magiging entry. Okay? So, ayan. Oh, ang dami naman nito. Sorry pero I can only get one here para kasi ang dami pa rin sa baba eh. Let's take the SSI kasi this is a low value stock eh. I'll go with TEL. Oh, interesting. So TEL is breaking out, no? Breaking out si TEL. But technically, okay, yeah. Dapat kasi naiangat ko na to eh. Teka lang. Ay wow, ang haba nga pala niya. This one. Inaangat ko na siya. Okay? Kasi umabot na siya doon eh, and then nag-drop lang. Okay? Ayan. So, kung meron akong hawak na TEL, at this point, no, I'll hold muna. I'll hold. Although, I'll be watching about this one. Di ba kanina nagkaroon na siya ng long wick dito? It means, the buyers were trying to push the price of TEL up, no? Up to the point na na-break nga niya to yung sa resistance niya at 1530. Yun nga lang, sa dulo, the sellers were able to overpower the buyers. Kaya na-push pa rin nila yung presyo pababa. Okay? And pag ganun yung scenario, usually that tells me na pwedeng untog na yan. Okay? Pero again, kung halimbawa meron akong hawak na TEL, siguro I will give it another day. I'll watch for the candle tomorrow. If hindi pa rin ganito, a day or two pa pala, no? Kasi if the stock price goes above here, kung baga nandito lang, so yun, kunwari, no? Naging ganyan lang siya. Then, okay pa yan. Wait pa ako. No? But then the moment na mag-drop siya the next day, yan, kunwari ganyan, at price point ng 1,500, then partial take profit na ako dyan. Okay? Kasi baka matuluyan siyang mauntog eh. Okay? Now, kung wala naman akong hawak na TEL, then same thing, no? Dun sa kanina. I'll wait. I'll wait for this one to drop, or I'll wait for this one to break out. So, same pa din. Next, MM. Ayan. MM naman, but MM3 yan. Ooh, wow, laglag. Okay. Now, etong part na to, this is just my, actually, this is my cut loss point. No? And nabasag na siya kanina. Okay. So, kung meron akong hawak na MM, kanina dapat, no? I should have sold kung meron. Now, kung halimbawa hindi pa ako nagsisell kanina, then I'll wait, no? I'll see kung ano yung magiging next candle niya. If the next candle shoot up above 395, then I'll hold. Pero pag yun ay nag-close still below 395, then I would consider selling. Okay? Now, kung halimbawa wala naman akong hawak na MM, then same, hindi. For MM, kung wala akong hawak, no, I'd wait here. Ay, hindi naman naabot siguro. Mga nasa around 340 yung kasunod ko. No? I'll wait for 340. See how this one will go. Kapag nabasag pa rin yung 340, then 310. Okay? How about sa top? Gano'ng kataas to? Maliit na lang eh. Siguro kung ganyan lang yung magiging kasunod. Kasi I still think that itong 450, this is a major resistance eh. I would rather wait for this one, no, to break. Kung sakasakali man doon ako magabang sa taas. Okay, next, nickel. FNA pala yung kanina. So same thing, ayun, pero ito mas special tong kay nickel kasi kung mapansin natin, this is developing this is a developing ascending triangle. Okay? And although even if ascending triangle is a bullish pattern, delix pa rin siya doon sa support. Okay? But then this one, the one that caught my attention actually kanina while I was reviewing this is the fact na yung support niya, which is ito, no, yung diagonal side na yan, and the MA200 were almost equal. Almost. So that tells me that this is quite strong. Okay? And kung halimbawang strong siya, then dalawa lang pwede mangyari dyan. No? Either mag-bounce, which is a better scenario for nickel, or mag-drop. If this one drops, my expectation is strong yung drop nito. No? Kasi, again, we are looking at two major support para kay nickel, no? Na kung sakasakali, mababasag niya. So, wag naman sana. No? Again, my hope, no, is this one bounces from here, and then that means target is 635. Okay, DMC. Oh wow, very interesting. Okay, so DMC, after a really good rally, right now it is on a nagkaroon na siyang pullback kanina, di ba? But the interesting part of the pullback here is that nag-close siya doon sa breakout point originally at 685. Di ba? Ang ganda, oh. Okay? Now, how is this for us, no, na mga traders? Then that means this one has to be watched on. Kailangan tong i-monitor, no? Kung meron akong DMC, I'll watch this one. Kapag nabasag, nag-close siya below 685, take profit. Yun yung gagawin ko. While kapag naman nag-rebound siya, no, from here, then okay lang, hold lang siya. Pero kung wala naman akong hawak, then yun lang. Kapag nag-drop siya dito, then I'll wait. No? Saan ako maghihintay? Next immediate ko is etong 640. No? 640 dahil dito. Kaso nga lang, again, this is just a minor support, no? 640. The next one there is 6 pesos na. Pag hindi pa rin kinaya, 560. Okay, so yun yung mga next levels. While kung halimbawa wala naman akong hawak na yun na pala yun, no? Yan. Pero again, no, ang ideal scenario sa akin, no, at least on my head here, is ito, a bounce. This is my hope, no, for DMC. Okay, next. Converge. Sige, I'll take Converge. Okay. Ayun na. Mukhang nagmamaterialize itong bearish engulfing candle kay Converge. Kasi, kung mapansin natin, the stock opens, the stock closed today, below that red candle. Okay? And usually, that is a manifestation na yung bearish engulfing candle is already taking up, overpowering the buyers. Okay? So, kung halimbawang meron akong hawak na Converge, then I might partially take profit here. Yung kanina. No? Partial take profit just to realize my gains. Kung wala naman akong hawak na Converge, then I'll wait. No? Hintayin ko siya at around 32 Yun nakikita ko na next support niya, 32. Pag nabasag pa yung 32, then 29. Diba? Okay? Kung, kung wala ako nun, no? So, yep. Now, paano naman kung halimbawa, wala akong hawak na converge, tapos gusto kong makabili doon sa part na yon. Ay, yun, sorry. Nalito ako. Yun na pa rin sinasabi ko kanina. Ayan. Okay? So, ayan. ACEN. See. ACEN naman, same thing. No? Same thing. The stock is still rallying. Okay pa rin naman siya. In terms of resistance, again, wala pa ako nakikitang resistance sa kanya. Okay? Wala pa. Kasi the highest point so far, no, in terms of the body is nasa 1050. Pero kung papansin natin, isang candle pa lang yung ano. So, I cannot really say na itong 1050 yung resistance niya sa ngayon. Okay? Kung meron akong hawak na ito, I'll hold. I'll set my immediate cut loss or at least my take profit, no, when 10 peso breaches out. Pag nabasag yung 10 pesos. Pero kung wala naman akong hawak na ACEN, then I'll wait, no. Ito yung mga magagandang abangan eh. Yung mga lumalapit dun sa support. Itong, for example, no, itong 10 pesos. Yan. And then waiting for the bounce play. Ika nga. MPI. Uy, wow. So again, no, MPI is giving us a bearish engulfing candle. Yan. So this is a bearish engulfing candle. Medyo linisin ko lang siya ng konti para hindi rin ako malito. Okay. Range ko is basically 3 pesos hanggang 450, 455. Pero kung papansinin niyo, meron din siyang parang downtrend na downtrend channel ika nga. Okay? And nauntog na siya nung September 9. Okay? Kung meron akong hawak na MPI, I would have sold kanina. Okay? Now, kung hindi pa, then watch out for the next candle. If the next candle is below 3.74, then that's the kumbaga continuation or confirmation na natuluyan yung bearish engulfing ni MPI. Okay? Kung wala naman akong hawak na MPI, then I'll wait. Saan ako maghihintay? At around, most likely around here. Okay? Yeah. Nasa around 340 ako maghihintay. Okay? Next. Wow, marami pa pala. Since 9:41 na guys, ganito na lang, no? I'll take last 5. Okay? Last 5 na lang, no? Para natin siya. Okay? And my last 5 are AP, Del Monte, MONDE. Hindi pa ba natin tapos? Kala ko tapos natin si MONDE. So, hindi pa pala. Okay? MONDE, WLCON, and EMP. Okay? So, again, those are AP, Del Monte, MONDE, WLCON, and EMP. So, sila na lang po, ha? Yan. Ano yung huli ko? MPI. Okay. Sige. AP. Kasi si AP ay di ba? 52-week high. Uy, tuloy-tuloy pa rin. Ang ganda. 52, di ba? Okay. Sige. Etong kay AP, ha? Watch out for the 34 pesos. Eto. Ang hirap niyang tansyahin. Basta 34 pesos. And watch out for 34 pesos. Baka magkaroon ng dito, ng take profit, no? Pero pag nabasag yung 34, then 40 na yung kasunod. Okay? Now, kung meron akong hawak na AP, syempre hold lang. Kasi ang lakas pa rin eh. Yung mga long candles na to, and especially yung kanina, strong pa to. Pero how about the bid and ask? Oh, yun lang. May humarang na agad, oh. Interesting. We might see a red candle tomorrow, no? Kay AP. Might. Pero we'll see. Okay. Now, kung wala naman akong hawak na AP, then anong gagawin ko? I'll wait. No? Again, hintayin ko to. Breakout or bounce. Okay. Next, Del Monte. Si Del Monte kasi is nag-go all-time high ba? Or 52-week? Ay, hindi na pala. Natapos na yung ano niya. Yung 52 to, no? Ay, hindi. All-time. Ay, hindi. Okay. So, hindi pala. Oh, interesting. Sakto yung bounce niya talaga doon, no? Kainis. Kainis na sumakto yung bounce niya. Kasi kung mapansinin niyo dito, di ba? Itong 18 pesos, nag-drop na siya agad at 18. Tapos, nag-retest siya at 11.80 and then now it is trading doon sa part na yun. Okay? Now, kung meron akong hawak na Del Monte, no? At this point, I'll hold. No? I'll hold. Pero I'll watch out for etong 14.15, 14.15, 14.15. No? That must hold. Kung hindi, I'll sell. While kung wala naman akong hawak, then mas madali yung magiging ano ko. Kasi I'll just wait here. Alternatively, I'll wait there. Okay? So, yan. That's my take on Del Monte. Monde naman. Doon. So, si Monde, no? It's rallying up and making all-time highs. Diba? So, like for example, nung Friday, nag-all-time high siya. Okay? Pero kanina, interestingly, nagkaroon ng take profit candle. Okay? So, take profit candle. And another thing that is quite interesting to me is this one, no? Despite the fact na nag-take profit siya kanina, the buyers and sellers were unable to dominate. So, kumbaga, na-push ng mga buyers up, na-push ng mga sellers down. Pero sa dulo, nag-close pa rin sila doon sa opening price. Okay? So, on this one, may pagka-neutral pa sa akin to. Neutral pa to sa akin. Okay? Now, kung meron akong hawak na Monde, I'll continue on holding. I'll set my initial cut loss at 19 pesos. Well, hindi siya cut loss, no? Pero more on, more on the take profit side. Okay? While kung wala naman akong hawak na Monde, I'll wait. Itayin ko siya dito. 1770. Okay. Ayan. And then, second to the last is WLCON. We have WLCON. Yan. WLCON. Yun. Oh, wow. So, WLCON gave us a false breakout. Okay? WLCON gave us a false breakout. What do I mean by false breakout? Kasi ganito, no? When a stock is rallying, eventually it will break out like this one, no? Yung candle kahapon. Nung Friday. Okay? Now, this is also the reason why I don't usually buy on the breakout candle. No, kasi I am waiting for the next candle to develop and see kung anong gagawin niya. If the candle closes above you doon sa breakout point, which is 27.74, then I'll take that as my entry. No? Pero ang nangyari dito kay WLCON kasi is nag-drop siya, no, below that. So, kanina dapat I could have, kung meron akong hawak, no, I could have sold kanina, even partial. Pagkagato talaga yung mga false breakout from the top, Usually, partial sell lang ang ginagawa ko dyan. Okay? So, yun. Pero kung halimbawa hindi na-miss out ko yung opportunity kanina, then, syempre, I'll just wait for the next candle, which is tomorrow. If the candle still goes below 27.74, then that will be my cue to partially sell. Okay? While kung wala naman akong hawak totally ni WLCON, then I'll wait. No? I'll wait for this one to drop. I don't think aabot pa siyang 22. Most likely, ang antabayanan ko sa kanya is 24. Yeah, around 24 pesos. Doon ako mag-aabang sa kanya. Okay? And last but not least, we have Emperador. So, si Emp naman, yun din, no? This is, again, neutral ito para sa akin. Dahil masyadong thin. Ika nga, no? Kumbaga, bearish side siya dahil bumaba yung presyo eh. Bumaba yung presyo niya all the way down here. No? Gumanon siya. And then, the buyers were able to push the price up hanggang sa nag-close siya sa 18.26. Okay? Now, kung meron akong hawak na Emperador, I'll hold. Okay? I'll hold. Pero, I'll watch out. I'll watch out for this one. No? Kung wala naman akong hawak na Emp, then I'll wait. No? Hintayin ko siya all the way here. 17 pesos. Okay? I'll wait for the bounce and then doon ako papasok. Okay? So, ayan. Ayun lang. Hanggang dito lang muna tayo, guys. No? Pasensya na kung hindi ko na review yung inyong mga tanong kanina or yung mga stock request. Medyo limited lang yung time natin dahil mag-isa lang tayo. And we have spent almost 2 hours for this type of session. So, ayun guys, if you find this type of session helpful and you still want to hear more about what I'm saying, and so please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. It will really help us a lot. Ayan. And hit that notification bell para at least the next time na mag-live ako, then you are being notified. Pero usually on the StockWentuhan, it's Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. While on the end of the market recap, almost every day tayo. Weekdays during trading hours. Ayan. So, once again guys, maraming salamat sa inyong pagsubaybay and good luck sa inyong mga trading. Bye!